This is Great Akudo, and I got a Secret Confessions story today that's titled "Whispers in the Dark." So I'm gonna read it and I'm gonna react to it afterwards. So it goes like this. Have you ever held a secret so heavy it felt like a knife pressed against your ribs? Ooh, starting off spicy, you know. The kind you can't whisper to a friend, can't confess in the light of day. Tonight, I'm going to tell you one of those secrets. And by the end, you might just wonder, how well do you really know the person lying next to you? Okay, it goes, let's call her Lila. Beautiful, successful, married to a man who adored her, the kind of love people envied. But behind closed doors, Lila was starving, not for attention, not for love, but for the thrill of the forbidden. Hmm. What does that mean? Okay. It started innocently, flirty texts with an old flame, secret lunches that ran a little too long. Then came the lies, working late, girls' night out. The excuses piled up like unread vows, and with every lie, the high grew sweeter. One message, that's all it took to unravel her. I miss you. Simple, dangerous. And just like that, she was someone else entirely. Lila writing me, you seem like you seem like you're writing a novel right now, okay? But this isn't just about the married ones. Let's talk about Jake. So who's Jake? Single, charming, the kind of man who could make you feel like the only person in the room, even when he had another woman's perfume on his collar. So Jake is a player. Okay, Jake. Now Jake didn't believe in love. He believed in conquests. What is it about women falling for men that don't believe in love? It's crazy. It's strange to me. I mean, how can you know he doesn't believe in love and you still fell for him? That's what I'm assuming. You fell for Jake. Okay. Anyway, Jake didn't believe in love. He believed in conquests. A different name in his bed every week, a different lie on his lips. You're the only one. I've never felt this way before. And the cruelest part, he meant it in the moment. My man Jake. But secrets have a way of clawing their way out. One wrong text, one slip of the tongue, and suddenly the house of cards comes crashing down. So Lila's husband found the receipts, hotel stays she couldn't explain, Jake's latest flings that showed up at his door with a pregnancy test. The truth doesn't care about your excuses, it just is. So anyway, she continues, my name is Lila. At least that's what you can call me for this story, because the woman I've become, she she doesn't deserve my real name. Okay, Lila. From the outside, my life was perfect. A loving husband who still brought me coffee in bed after 7 years of marriage. A beautiful home with hydrangeas or hindranges. Hindranges is a type of flower or perfume, flower or plant or something like that. Hindranges. Okay. A beautiful home with hindranges. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right though. Blooming in the front yard, the kind people slow down to admire when they drive past. A career that looked impressive on paper, but here's the truth. They don't tell you about perfect lives. They're suffocating. So it began with Daniel. Okay, so we switched from Jake to Daniel. Okay, an old college flame who slid into my DMs one bored Tuesday afternoon. Just catching up, he said. Remember when he said, the first time we met for drinks, I told myself it was harmless, just two old friends reminiscing. Then came the first lie. Book club is running late. I told my husband as Daniel's hands traced the necklace my husband had given me for our anniversary. The weight of the lie should have crushed me. Instead, it made me feel alive in a way I hadn't felt in years. Soon I was living two lives. The dutiful wife who meal prepped on Sundays and remembered her in-laws' birthdays. And the other Lila, the one who kept a separate phone hidden in her office drawer, the one who knew which hotels didn't ask questions when you paid in cash. The strangest part, I loved my husband truly, but I became addicted to the way Daniel looked at me. So you're telling me I don't even know what to say so far. He looked at me like I was a mystery to be solved, not a wife to be taken for granted. So are you telling us that your husband took you for granted? I thought you're telling us he's a good guy. Every clandestine touch, every whispered, I miss you text fed something hungry inside me. I almost got away with it, but secrets have weight. They leave traces, a receipt forgotten in a coat pocket, a text that pops up at the wrong moment. The day my husband stood in our kitchen holding that damning hotel bill, his face wasn't angry. He was resigned. That's a good one. That's a good one. He was resigned. Like part of him had already known. I would say that I would say personally speaking, if I had a cheating wife, I feel like I would know. Because a new thing being introduced in your home, there has to be a slight change. Especially if you're really in tune with your home. If you're a man and a woman that's really in tune with your home, any little minor change will cause an effect. So therefore, I will notice because I'm paying very close attention. Not saying that I can't be deceived, but I feel like I'll notice it, but I might ignore it. That's another thing altogether. Noticing it and ignoring it are two different things. Most people would notice it, but they will ignore it as if it's nothing. Now it continues. She said, now I sit in this too quiet house, tracing the rim of a wine glass that never gets refilled, wondering which version of me is the real one. The good wife, the passionate lover, or just a woman who got so lost in the game that she forgot there would be consequences. They say confession is good for the soul, but some sins don't wash off that easily. That's for sure. Yes, sir, or yes, ma'am, that some sins don't wash off easily. So tell me, if you were in my shoes, would you have stopped, sorry? Would you have stopped before it was too late? Or would you have done exactly what I did? Well, I don't know if as a man, if I cheat, it is because as the kind of man I am, not every man, of course, it's easier for a man to cheat and still be in love with his woman. Be it a partner, be it a fiance, be it a girlfriend, be it a wife, be the mother of your kids. Man can. We have the ability to quote unquote love multiple women, not equally, of course, but we can be so much in love with a woman that we're with and still cheat. But let me give a caveat to that. It still depends on so many things. One of them could be that the man is not completely satisfied with where he's at in terms of the game of infidelity. The man is missing a love language from his woman that could push him that way. Or just for the thrill of it, the thrill of the chase. It happens in a man because a man naturally wants to dominate. A man likes the idea of winning a thing, So if a girl plays hard to get, right, for example, and he's able to dominate her and win her over, just the chase of that, just the thrill of that is enough to make some man go crazy and cheat on their woman. It doesn't mean he doesn't love her, but of course that's questionable because obviously women do not understand that part of a man, and some men don't understand that part of a man either. Not all men cheat, that's for sure. So her question is if we'll do the same thing. I don't know. There has to be, for me, my kind of person is that there has to be something that she's not fulfilling that I've brought up several times. I've tried to communicate and is not getting her attention, and then it could push me to cheating. But I don't see myself ever cheating. No. Have I cheated before? Yes, but very, very. I would say out of 10 relationships I've had, I've cheated only like once. The other nine, I was very faithful, and I've been cheated on as well. So it's not like a one-way street. So anyway, guys, that is a secret confession called Whispers in the Dark that was sent to me. If you want to send your secret confession, I'm gonna find others that was sent to me and I'm gonna read them on the next video. But in the meantime, feel free to like, share, comment below. Subscribe to our news channel, and our website is on the way. So you guys can actually watch this. Even the some of the parts that are not being aired right now, you guys can still watch them. But yeah, my name is Great Akudo, and this is the Akudo Experience. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.